Greetings everyone, Courier, time for another movie review, which probably might be the biggest movie of the summer, maybe. Thor, Love and Thunder, probably beat it out later, but for now, I don't see anyone taking down Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is pretty much Doctor Strange, Mom, MOM, which makes sense, as far as like how it relates with Scarlet Witch and just everything that goes on. Of course, I'm trying not to spoil it too much, which, man, I gotta say, it's been a while since I've seen a Sam Raimi movie, and you forget. A lot of people remember Sam Raimi did the first three Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, so they don't actually realize he also did Evil Dead. um, and a few other horror movies, and I think he's probably the perfect pick for this setup of a movie. Doctor Strange, multiverse hopping with Scarlet Witch and America Chavez. Just, man, it is really good. It gets right off. It just kicks right off like in the first 5 seconds. Really, it just jumps right into it. It's actually a pretty quick movie. It's only just over 2 hours. 2 hours, like 8 minutes or something like that. And if you're wondering, of course, there is a mid-credit scene. So right after the fancy credits, how I like to call them, there's a scene there which it's pretty short. It's pretty quick. It does relate to other stuff. And then, of course, there's one at the very end, after the scrolling credits. It's just a joke and credit thing, which is pretty hilarious. I think it's great. I like that everybody else laughed too. But yeah, man, this movie has such a different tone than any other Marvel movie. Um, yeah, like there's nothing that's come close to this. I know people rag on Thor: The Dark World, just because it's a little bit more darker movie compared to the first one, and they tried. It's definitely nothing. It's nothing compared to this, because yeah, man, I can't think of any other Marvel movie that's this dark. I mean, unless you count like the end of Infinity Wars, where pretty much the bad guys lose. But still, it's, man, Sam Raimi is like on point. I think this really shows what he can do. They really push that PG-13 rating. I think the only reason they got it is because there's no cursing in it. So they didn't use their one, sometimes two, F bombs. They just visually made things crazy, and it's so good. Just me and my friend regret not watching the first Doctor Strange movie in 3D, and this movie is even more crazier. And I think it's gonna be even more, I'm definitely gonna have to see this in 3D, because it's gonna blow up people's minds. I mean, just watching it alone, just without the 3D, is just intense. It's, the first one had some really crazy scenes. Of course, when he gets, pretty much ghosted the first time when he's introduced to the Ancient One. And man, this one just takes it up a notch, because we're going to multiverses, we're going into parallel universes, magic, hexes, sorcery, witchcraft, just technology. There's some great stuff that happens in the alternative multiverses. It is interesting, some of the information that they give out, kind of retconning a few things. Granted, of course, they've kind of hinted at that. I mean, they've tried that before, and then of course they just scrap it later on. But yeah, pretty much, it's, man, it is such a crazy. It's a crazy ride. That's honestly the best way to describe it. It's just crazy, and yeah, I mean, the trailers definitely give you a feel for the movie, but yeah, it's not. It's exactly that. So definitely check it out. I know anyone that likes Marvel movies probably check it out, but if you like a little bit of horror aspect, it's classic horror. It's not just jump scare horror. It gets pretty crazy, as considering it's a Disney PG-13 movie. It pushes the boundary. I think it could have gone an R if it wasn't for the magic, because there's some really gruesome stuff. But yeah, so that's all I gotta say. Check it out. Mid credits, end credits, not as important. Mid credit, you're pretty much good to go after that. The credits aren't actually that long compared to some other movies, which I'm pretty impressed with. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It's strange for sure. But until next time, guys. Later.